And the core has been moved to the mid lane, just like CLG were doing in the first few. Double if BF Sword Zeal walks in the mid and says, okay, you guys switch your spots. Double teleport will be up very soon. Bjergsen's isn't far away. Haunter's is up. So the 1-3-1 has begun. And how well can CLG even hold this mid lane? Svenskeren here with the buff as well. These minions doing plenty of damage, and even more from Doublelift.
Yeah, and there's not much that CLG can get from their split push since Twisted Fate, who he's down on the bottom side, just going to try and push out the lane. CLG do everything they can to just clear minions at the moment. TSM, they have the potential to dive still since they keep prioritizing this Alistar pick, and CLG have to respect it.
Jeez, Svenskeren taking the Wolf camp because Smithy killed a ward of his. Now the Gromp's gone as well. There's so little gold that this Elise is even allowed to grab. It's level 10 to level 8 in the jungle matchup.
This is why it was so perplexing in the last match when TSM picked the Graves over the Italy.
Oh, but they did see Italy on a ward, so they're going to try and dive Haunter here. Trundle to cut through resists.
And now Darshan taking some damage. The team's going to come through a magical journey because teleport comes in for Bjergsen. And Traffic going back TSM off for now.
I think the teleport was necessary to save his life.
I agree.
Yeah, but right now, who he's going to pressure bottom, he has his ultimate as well as his teleport available.
Well, someone's got to walk over the next 15 seconds. That wave's going to crash into the turret. Svenskeren is still jungling very, very quickly, and he's taking a lot of gold away from what could have been Xmithie's. So we'll see if other waves can be denied. Right now, no one's hitting bot lane. It's going to be Doublelift walking over late. But that will be a wave denied and a slight bit of turret damage on the bot side. So good split pushing by Huhi to get some of that done. Yeah. The rest of the map under control for CLG. Turret score is still only 1-1. Those have been equalized. It's been farm and champion kills putting TSM ahead.
Yeah, and right now CLG just kind of waiting on their stacking items of the Rod of Ages and the blue Ezreal to really max out on the purchases they've already made before they try and force something really hard with Twisted Fate Ultimate.
Well, that's a lot of poke on a stick say though. It's going to be a little bit difficult for CLG to hold on to this.
It's fine, full range.
They probably maybe even Ezreal ult to clear this wave.
Yeah.
They did it.
Most of that. Good job.
Looks like it is going to be the Titanic Hydra for Darshan in the top side as well for the early health for if the team fight does break out.
Yeah. We've been seeing a lot of Ravenous Hydra actually in the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah, in Korea and in Europe.
Yeah. Back on track with the Titanic here for Darshan.
Yeah.
You built that on Jack's way back when.
Just health is such a good early and
they're going for the play.
And they've got the ulti onto Yellowstar. Will there be a follow-up? That answer is no, but Svenskeren came around, gets knocked around, hit up by the Lulu ulti and kept alive for a bit. Aphromoo lower on health.
Huge!
Three-man knockback onto Xmithie. He gets exploded. Doublelift gets the kill. The fourth of the game for TSM.
I just thought that CLG were going to wait for their stacking items, but they forced this fight, and it's turned around on them really well by TSM.
Yeah.
That's going to cost them. TSM punished heavily.
Without huge burst damage on Huhi, just through out of ages, they have to be so clean with their initiation. Someone's got to block it.
Okay, Huhi does, but that was dangerous. Plenty of damage dealt back and forth.
What a mistake.
Yeah, they just didn't have the burst because, I mean, Bjergsen can just run over, get the ultimate onto Svenskeren and save him easily.
Definitely unnecessary force there from CLG, and TSM very happy to see that. Punish them very quickly.
Yeah.
Take out 2 turrets and the entire red side jungle here. Giant gold lead now for TSM, looking to push this to game 5.
So they saw they had Svenskeren out of position, but Bjergsen covers so quickly. The Bard ultimate only caught the Alistar, so as soon as the play doesn't work, they have to back away, but it's kind of too late. Haunter gets a beautiful ultimate, chained into Yellowstar's CC. They don't even let Xmithie go up into his repel because they also get the polymorph off. What a massive play for TSM, because this game is all about abusing your item power spikes. For CLG, they needed the Iceborne and the Mermana as well as some more damage onto Huhi, but they had neither of those things.
Yeah.
And CLG would need to get even later into it, but they had the gold lead so they could play aggressive.
Now the map is wide open for TSM as well, and Bjergsen does have the Frostbang for the extra ghosties to catch someone out. Even if you don't kill them, you know, burning a summoner or getting one of the teleports to be blown from CLG really means a lot for them.
Definitely does. We'll see if TSM can make that happen yet again here. The team with a, well, 4,500 gold lead at 18 minutes is certainly sizable. TSM up 2 turrets as well. They've got to feel good about this game. Yeah. As you said, Kobe, looking to push it to game 5.
And they have a decent amount of vision control too, which is very, very good. Right now, they do have to keep in the back of their minds that there are the cooldowns from CLG with the double teleports, as well as the Afro Mu ultimate.
Wow.
He can catch someone out.
And that only cost him body
Whoa.
slam. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
bot lane was already getting pushed, so the CLG play means nothing. The TSM play gets them their 4th turret of the game.
Things are falling apart a little bit for CLG. Their playmaking is not giving them the plays they desire. The Twisted Fate ultimates have backfired more often than not. And that one cost them a turret as well as some pressure on this side. Darshan's trying to get something back and would think about a TP, but they're down 6,000 gold. And TSM especially has been the team fighting thus far.
And it's been good. We'll see if TSM can keep these team fights going well, because Counterlogic Gaming have only picked up 1 kill so far. And that's not a good number to have. Even if CLG can win games with less kills, you don't really like to. It's so nerve-wracking. More of the jungle taken away. And even though the number of CS between Svenskeren and Smithy is not that far apart, the actual number of camps taken away is, I think, ridiculously different.
And it's really interesting with the jungle because you don't just compare flat numbers. A lot of those are taken out of Smithy's jungle so that Smithy then fills those numbers with other lane minions, taking more away from the team, right?
Or it like kills the small bites of, like that's 4 CS, but
Yeah.
not worth 4 times as much as a red buff steal.
That's 2,200 gold is the difference between those junglers alone.
All right.
That's where it
Massive
shows up
stuff
the
here.
most. And then all the solo laners are ahead for TSM as well.
Yep. Well, the power spike's coming in slowly for CLG. 100 mana left on the Manamune, and 1 minute left. Actually, 1.5 minutes left on the Rod of Ages for Huhi. As those come in, it'll help a bit, but TSM has capitalized very well during that building period. Another blue buff for Bjergsen easily and safely, as his Lich Bane's done, so there's the big spike for Lulu online. Counterlogic Gaming are just running out of options.
A little bit. I mean, luckily they are up 2 games to 1.
Yeah,
So
they get the option of a
figure
game
out something
5.
else, but that's not what they're thinking right now. They're thinking about how to win this game, and they still have a lot of playmaking opportunity. Bardalt to get the rotation down faster, Twisted Fate to come in strong, but it's so difficult against the Lulu and Caitlyn right now since they're hitting some pretty powerful points.
Also, the front line of TSM has been great. The Hanser and Yellowstar have so much disruption at their fingertips that they can cause. So if CLG, if they pull off that initiation, it's going to have to be really well layered.
Yeah, the only thing I can see is Bjergsen with that build is void of any magic resistance, so if Huhi would get an Abyssal Scepter or something, you would have
Wow.
Flash from the Frost Ghosties we talked about. That's that summoner.
Yep. That's a big
also
deal.
big wave, but they're in trouble. They do not have the people in
Mid
position.
lane
Huhi's trying to set up the slow push.
Under fire. Already a Hurricane Infinity Edge before 22 minutes for Doublelift. He's got so much gold. The highest mini kills in the game. Mid inhibitor turret goes down. Then a quick rotation to the top side where Gragason's already pushing.
TSM doing a really good job of keeping up the pressure here. Switching right up to the top side, get more damage on this turret. They made the call to commit Huhi down bottom for a secondary trade, but TSM is going to be happy to get a 2-for-1.
And maybe more. I mean, he's going to have to go back to base eventually. This Hurricane Lulu Caitlyn combo is devastating.
And right now, CLG have no answer. When they were behind like this in game 1, they found a great double TP flank with an Echo, and it looked pretty good. But this time around, we're not seeing these kinds of plays out of CLG.
Yeah.
The TF ultis have meant nothing.
The first 3 games, we followed the scripts. TSM playing to team fighting and getting their advantages there, and CLG playing the map, trading objectives in a very beneficial manner. But this time around, TSM have gotten the early lead on the map, and they've kept up cross-map pressure extremely well.
Exactly, and against a Twisted Fate, that makes it more impressive. They've been able to absorb any of Huhi's teleports and turn them into advantageous plays. Even when Twisted Fate tries to split push, they respond in just the right way. So TSM is taking CLG's punches, and they're always there with the dodge and the counter.
It's been really good for TSM. They've now stolen 3 straight red buffs on the top side there. It's got to feel bad for Counterlogic Gaming.
Huhi now completed Zhonya's and the fully stacked rod, so he's looking to be that Messiah-style TF where you teleport in, get the initiation for the team. Zhonya's try and delay them, you know, bait out some skill shots maybe.
Yeah, but you've got
so
a
risky, though.
high persistent damage double lift Caitlyn with a Quicksilver Sash. You've
Also-
got Lulu and Nidalee to keep them alive.
Also, that's a very low, you know, split pushing threat.
Yeah.
TF build.
No,
Like
Lich
you
Bane.
have, that's almost the lowest split pushing threat.
It's a
you can have.
team-fighting TF build, quite honestly, and they're down 6,000 gold where they would actually, you'd think, want the split-pushing TF build more. And he also doesn't have enough Magic Pen to burst through Bjergsen in one shot, most likely.
Or Doublelift, yeah.
Things are looking very good for TSM right now.
This is going to be rough stuff. Stixie had to take a pit stop for a Hex Drinker, which is honestly not optimal. Blade of the Ruin King is the ideal third item for a blue Ezreal here to keep your DPS up, so it's going to get even harder for this Ezreal to get stuff done. Here's the Whimsy on Alistar. Slowed down a bit by the Iceborne Gauntlet. Stixie will be able to retreat and stay alive, but it's getting harder and harder for CLG to even stand on the map right now.
Yeah, I don't see much damage coming out of this counter logic lineup at the moment.
No, their
So it's going to have to
whole
be a big error from TSM and a lot of tower damage being added.
exactly with the Twisted Fate last pick and the rest of their team composition. It's all about getting picks. They need to be able to isolate one person, burst him down. But even when they have isolated people, they haven't been isolated enough, and Bjergsen's been able to come over and shield. This is not built for team fighting whatsoever for CLG, and TSM is sieging them and making them pay for it.
Yeah, no matter how much CLG wants them, Bjergsen can always help picks and keep his teammates alive, so there's really not a lot of options for CLG as they're trying to kill these backliners. That TF last pick to make the dives actually work. The Ez ulti, the Bard ulti, catching up